There are a lot of books and podcasts and experts out there that's going to give you advice, but you won't know what works for you and your family until you get out there and try it and give yourself time to see the progress come through. No one has all the answers up front, but the great moms, the really great ones, are the ones that keep pushing through the rough times so they can get the right answers for them. Welcome, mama. My name is Anya, and I create content designed to support newbie Black moms losing themselves in motherhood, parent, partner, and prosper with purpose. Whether you're new here or you're returning, I'm sending you massive gratitude and love for your support. And I know your time is precious because you probably have a little one running around right now trying to get your attention, as do I. So let's go ahead and get started. I wish someone had told me these things when I first became a stay-at-home mom, because the transition was nothing like I ever expected, okay? Like, I really expected to have more time freedom, to just be chilling, to be able to go through the day with ease. But what I found was I really found that I was overwhelmed, I was stressed out, I was unstructured during my day, and I was kind of feeling burnt out. I even found myself questioning who I was outside of motherhood. Like, who was Anya? And if you find that you're navigating the same shift or just feeling lost in the day-to-day of being home with your baby, then this video is the one I wish someone had sent to me. Like, I wish someone had this knowledge and this advice when I first became a stay-at-home mom and just decided to really be present in my daughter's life. So definitely stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing that I wish someone had told me before I became a stay-at-home mom was that you still need structure in your day. And I know that sounds crazy because I get it. When I left my 9 to 5, like, I thought that I could just go ahead and have like a free-flowing day, basically do what I wanted. But what I actually found was that it was important for me to find and create structure in my day as a stay-at-home mom. Like, it was really important for my sanity. The first few weeks, I didn't really know how to navigate it with like having all this free time and not being held to someone else telling me like what to do and where to go. So I kind of spent like the first few weeks just eating when I wanted to, taking naps in the middle of the day, not really meal prepping or cooking anything in advance, just figuring it out. But the bottom line was that like I didn't know what to do with myself with all this free time. Like, I didn't know how to get organized and get structured in a way that didn't make me feel like I was still at work and still like imprisoned in the 8-hour work schedule, but not be all over the place and not have any systems put in place, because the systems actually make your life easier. You just have to put them in place. So for me, I realized that I needed to make a change in my schedule. Like, I needed to add some structure for 2 reasons. The first one was because I had decided to go back to school shortly after leaving my 9 to 5. And I knew that I was going to need some kind of a routine or some kind of structure put in place because I had the baby all day. And I need to find time to do my schoolwork without getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning or staying up till 11 o'clock at night to do homework. Like, that wasn't really realistic. And so I needed to find some kind of a system that was going to support me with school. And my second reason for deciding to make a change and add some structure back into my day was because my baby needed me to be at my best. Like, my baby needed me to keep her on a schedule so that we both know what to expect. She needed a routine where she was eating on time, when she was napping on time, when she knew when it was playtime, because even though she was only 1, like, she was starting to look forward to things and she wanted to like do things with me. So I needed to kind of put some routines in place. And by putting a schedule in place and learning to structure my day a little bit, it allowed me to have the freedom to really enjoy the time with her and the flexibility to work on my schoolwork when I needed to, without feeling stressed. So the cool part was, once I figured out, okay, baby's routine and like my routine, which is basically one big routine for myself. But once I got everybody kind of organized throughout the day, I actually was able to take on some coaching clients because my schedule now had enough room for me to navigate, and I didn't feel stressed about what I was going to do. And I didn't feel like I was like all over the place. So I was actually able to make some money while staying home and going to school. I really feel like people think that being a stay-at-home mom means you're sitting at home on the couch all day. Like you're watching your kids run around and play with toys and you're doing nothing. And I just feel like this is such a common misconception because we do so much. And you already know, like you already know that you do a lot. But I just don't know why there is this, that there's this stereotype of stay-at-home moms just being home chilling, like we're not doing anything. But I also understand that because you're staying at home and you are dealing with the personalities of 1, 2, 3, however many kids you have, plus your partner or your significant other, and just trying to be present for yourself, it's easy to like get comfortable and feel like you want to do nothing all day, especially if you're making that transition from working 40 hours a week and you're just like, I'm tired of working, I need a break, and going to sit on the couch all day. Like you can do that for a short period of time, take your rest, get rejuvenated, get your head right, do whatever it is you got to do so you can vote, so that you can go into this role of being a stay-at-home mom with ease and peace and grace. It's not like you're just going from work to retiring. No, you're like going from work to a different kind of work, and it is exhausting. But I do believe that learning to create some structure in your day that's not too rigid or too loose, which allows you to live comfortably and to maintain your day comfortably with flexibility, will actually allow you to gain more ease and more peace throughout this journey of being a mother, and throughout this journey of staying at home for as long as you do. It doesn't have to be forever. I think that's another misconception, but we'll talk about it in a different video. So I do believe that learning to create some structure within your day that's not like too rigid or too loose and too flexible, but it really allows you to move comfortably and in alignment with the things that you need to do, that'll actually create more ease and more peace and more flow in your life as you continue this journey of being a stay-at-home mom. Like it doesn't matter if this is just a short-term thing or a long-term thing, you kind of need to have the structure in place so that it doesn't have to be harder than it needs to be. Take it from my experience, because it can feel harder. It just allows you to have some peace of mind that things are going to get done and it can keep you focused and in alignment throughout the day. So the second thing that I wish I knew before I became a stay-at-home mom is that stress and burnout is a choice. We do not have to accept it. Basically, I wish someone had told me before I became a stay-at-home mom that I don't have to do everything. Like I don't have to take on everything and do it by myself. And this kind of goes along with the previous point I made about structuring your day and learning to schedule. But I just feel like a lot of us take on this responsibility, quote unquote, when we become stay-at-home moms, because we feel like, oh, we're home now, so we have to take on the load. We have to do everything. We have to hold it down the same way we would have held it down at the job and not ask for help because it makes us look weak. Like that's a whole thing. But I don't believe that being a mom in any capacity means that you have to be stressed or burnt out. Like that's not a way to live. We already take on so much. Why make our lives even harder? Like this is all a choice, okay? Life is about choices. And it's a choice to be feeling burnt out and to feel stressed and to take on more than you need to. But it's also something that you can change by doing two things. So the first thing that I suggest is, one, reaching out for support. And I know how that sounds. I know how hard it can be to ask for help. I get it. Strong Black woman, gotta have it all, gotta do it all, gotta have all the answers. I get it. But reach out for support when you need it, because you can outsource things in your life to make your life easier. For example, you can hire a babysitter so that you can have some time for yourself. You can hire someone to cook your meals. You can hire someone to do your laundry. You can hire someone to clean your house. You can send your laundry off to get it washed at a wash and fold. Like, there are so many ways nowadays to get help, to actually receive support, even if you don't feel comfortable asking your family or your friends, but hiring the people, if you have the budget to do so, that can take on some of that extra burden for you so that you're not stressed. Like, it's okay to ask for help, and it's definitely okay to pay for the things that you need, to outsource the help when you don't actually have it readily available. You want to eliminate anything in your life that's going to make it stressful. You're going to want to eliminate anything in your life that's not making your life easier. Because even though we're at home, you're dealing with the multiple personalities that you have running around your house, all these little kids, they need a lot. And even though going to work can be exhausting because you're like physically working or doing something, for I believe that it's even more exhausting sometimes to watch your kids, to take care of your kids, because it drains like your mental energy, if that it drains your mental energy, if that makes sense. Which sometimes can feel like at the end of the day it's longer than it is. And so why add on like a laundry list of things to do, no pun intended, when you don't have to? And again, if you do have to do a lot of things on your own, and if you do have to do a lot of things on your own, go back to the first point and make sure that you're structuring your day and even structuring your week, because not everything has to be done in one day. And that's something that I also had to learn. Like, I was trying to do everything at once. Like, I'm going to clean the house on Thursday, so I'm going to clean the entire house while still managing baby. Oh, and then I'm going to meal prep, and I'm going to do all these things. And it's like, wait, what am I rushing for? I don't have to rush. So definitely looking for ways that you can reach out for support. And going along with what I just said, number 2 is to set up your life in a way that really supports you and the needs of you and your family. Okay, that's going to make things so much easier. We already talked about setting up a schedule, and you want to make sure that you're prioritizing tasks for you, for the baby, for your kids in general, but also prioritizing the things that need to get done. So making sure that you include things like self-care throughout the week. I try to do at least one thing every day that makes me happy, which could be something as simple as going for a walk or just standing outside getting some fresh air. I love to be outside in nature. It could be something as simple as doing some yoga or reading a book. Like, whatever it is that fills your cup, make sure that's included into your schedule. Make sure that's included into your day-to-day routines, because we have to pour into ourselves. We have to fill our own cup, because we are constantly giving and giving and giving. That's what feels like it's draining your energy at the end of the day, and it's because you haven't poured back into you. So definitely include some things for self-care for you. Make sure you're including your baby's nap times and meal times and all the things that's going to really help you set up for success, and prioritizing anything that you are doing for you. So for example, like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to school. If you're working on a business, or if you are starting a side hustle, anything that it is, make sure that that's also included in your day-to-day, so that again, you're structuring your life to work around you, not putting you into your life. Like, I feel like a lot of us try to squeeze ourselves in to this unrealistic schedule, into this unrealistic system that we've created, which leaves us burned out, and not realizing that, okay, if I attack this way of life from, I guess attack is the right word. If I approach this new journey in my life, this new aspect of my life with ease, then I can create a system and a life that is with ease, if that's what I want. Like, I don't have to subscribe to the corporate structure anymore, where every second of every moment of every day is planned out for me, and there's no room for me to breathe in between, and there's no room for me to live like something that I love to do. And I probably have to make a video about time management and self-care. But something that I love to do is build in breaks So if I have a 3-hour time block for me to work on my homework, then built into that 3 hours is at least a half-hour break in which I'm going to go eat, or I can just do what I want, so that I'm not sitting at the computer like this, like I have to finish, because I used to do that thinking, oh, I need to sit here and focus, and I can't do anything else, and I can't breathe, and I can't live, and I can't work, and I would just get anxious. And so, as someone who was recovering from serious anxiety, that was probably self-induced, to be honest, just from the hustle and bustle of being a mom and just everything before that. Learning to take things slow. So the way that I approach this way in my life, or the way that I approach this new journey in my life of being a stay-at-home mom, is that I get to receive and I get to give, but I only get to give from my overflow, and that I get to live and experience with ease and with grace. So do me a favor and comment below at least one thing that you can do daily, mama, that is really going to support you and prioritizes you and your self-care. I would love to hear about it. All right, mamas, this is a quick one. I really wanted to create something that was personal and like so valuable to you, because I know that community is something that we've been craving and that we've been really feeling like we're missing out on lately. I dreamed of the Conscious Queendom Book Club because I wanted to create a space that would help us grow and connect, and just felt inviting and warm for us to really create that community that we've been feeling like we've been lacking for so long, while still healing the generational patterns and the cycles that we want to break, so that we can stop feeling so lost in motherhood and stop feeling so bad all the time and guilty and all the things. And I wanted to do this in a way that was like fun and made you feel good and made you just feel like you had a place to relax with a bunch of women who actually get you, because you know that's hard to find. And if you can't tell about how much I love books from my beautiful bookcase behind me and all the books on it, then let me just tell you that books have played such a huge role in my life, and especially my motherhood journey, because when I got lost in a good book, I didn't feel like I was so lost in motherhood. And now I really want to share that with you, mama. Like, you do not have to go through this journey alone. There's a sisterhood. In fact, there's a whole queendom that's waiting for you. They want you to walk in and be your best self. And when you're not feeling like your best, they're still there to hold your hands and to raise you up, because that's what a real community does. So our next Soulful Sundays, yes, that's what it is. Our Soulful Sundays is going to start soon. So click the link in the description box below so you can sign up. Spots are filling up fast, and I cannot wait to see you there, queen. We are going to grow. We're going to elevate. We're going to do all the things this year. I'm so proud of you. Okay, so the third thing that I wish someone had told me before I became a stay-at-home mom was that your identity is still your own. So when I became a stay-at-home mom, I got caught up believing the lie that my whole life was to be a mom. That my whole life had to revolve around my child. Now, don't get me wrong, my child takes up majority of my life. However, I am still a woman, I am still a person outside of being a mom. And this is something that I experienced, and this feeling is something I experienced even before I became a stay-at-home mom. Like, once I became a mom, and I mean when I was pregnant, like before I even had the baby, I really felt like, oh my God, this is it. Like, I'm a mom now. Like, that's it. My life is over. Now this is how the rest of my life is going to be. I'm just a mom. And that just the mom feeling took over, and it extended to when the baby got here. And you really have to look at how well we are marketed to, how your family and your friends actually talk about motherhood, and the language that we use around motherhood, because it does paint this picture that you are supposed to be a mom. It's supposed to be beautiful all the time. You're going to be a mom no matter what. Like, these are the actual words that I was told upon being pregnant, that welcome to your new way of life. You're now a mother for the rest of your life. This is the rest of your life. Like, you never do anything else for yourself. It's always me, your kids, always them, never you. You don't need to buy yourself any gifts. really negative. And it kind of scares you when this is how people treat motherhood. Funny thing is, when a man becomes a father, his life doesn't stop, right? He goes to work, he spends time with his family, he has a relationship with his partner, and that's it. He goes out on the weekend with his friends. He lives a life. Like, he lives a full and complete life. Anyway, I got caught up believing this lie, okay? And please drop in the comments, drop me in the comments if you actually lived this lie or you experienced this belief in some sort of way in your life, because you felt like once you became a mom, that's all that you are. Like, you had to hone in on this one identity and felt like there was no room for you to be anything else, okay? I have been there, but I no longer choose to believe that that's my life, that that's what I deserve. I deserve to live a full and complete life just like a man would, just like a man does, okay? And I really believe that once I changed my belief around this, once I gave myself permission to live a life that is fuller and has more possibilities than just being a mom, it really expanded my role of being a stay-at-home mom and a caretaker. Like, I gave myself permission to really live my life. So I talk a lot about this mindset shift in one of my other videos called Top 3 Mindset Shifts You Should Make Before You Become a Stay-at-home Mom. And I highly recommend that you watch it if you are feeling like you're lost in motherhood right now, or feeling like all that you are is tied up into this role of being a mother and that you have no idea who you are anymore. Yeah, I've been there. So definitely recommend that you watch this video. I'll go ahead and link in the description box below and link at the end of the video on the end screen. But really quickly, some of the ways around this belief are to find things that really bring you joy outside of motherhood, and find things that are prioritizing your own self-care, your own mental well-being, and your own health. Like, you are a better parent when you take care of yourself first. Like, I guarantee it. Because you just show up better. You show up from a place of fullness rather than lack, rather than scarcity. You are able to give from a full cup and not an empty one. That makes sense. It takes a conscious decision to remind yourself of your own value, of your own worth, and the importance of living a whole and complete life. And not just living the life that was assigned to you, not just living this role or this title of being a mother, because that's all it is. It's just a role, it's just a title. And like anything else, like, you take on the title of mother, take on the title of daughter, take on the title of sister, maybe, of lover, of partner, of spouse, of all these titles. And yet, none of the other ones define your entire life. So don't make mother be the all-encompassing one. Like, it doesn't have to be. You get to live a full and complete life just like everyone else. By the way, mamas, if you found at least one thing that I've said so far to be helpful, go ahead and do me a favor and click that like button to let me know that you're enjoying the content. And if you found at least 2 things that I've said so far to be helpful, then I'm gonna go ahead and invite you to subscribe to my channel. It's a free way to support the channel so that I can continue to make more free content like this for more mamas like you. So the 4th thing I wish someone would have told me was that motherhood does not mean that you have to have all the answers, okay? Motherhood does not come with an accurate playbook or rule book for every single situation. Like, so many things happen, so many things are gonna come up. You don't have to be an expert or have the how-to guide for every single thing that like shows up in your life, okay? You don't have to know everything. And honestly, I thought that I was gonna have all the answers. Like, I thought I was just gonna be presented a situation and I was just gonna jump in and save the day all the time. I thought that I was gonna know what to do. Like, it was gonna be some kind of maternal instinct that was just gonna kick in whenever the baby needed me or something happened and I was just gonna have all the answers. I didn't, okay? I didn't, and still don't. For example, I froze up when my daughter had to get her first blood work done, like her labs. I couldn't hold her down for the tech. I was about to cry myself. Like, I just couldn't handle it. She was screaming. Like, I knew she was safe, but I still couldn't like really hold her down. And I just had to like remove myself from the room and have her dad come in because it wasn't happening. And I felt bad, but I was just like, yeah, I don't know what to do. I can't, it's just not built. I'm not built for it. Let's see. Oh, okay. So the first time that I was supposed to take her to a doctor's appointment, right after she was born, it's like a couple months checkup. I didn't know how to put the car seat in the car. And I was embarrassed, okay? Didn't know how to put the car seat in the car because up until that point, we were always driving with my partner, and he was my boyfriend at the time. He always put the car seat in the car. And he had to work at this particular day. So I took my mom's car and he left me the car seat. But for some reason, it just never equated to me that I didn't know how to put the car seat in. And I didn't expect it to be challenging, okay? Like, ladies, if you have not tried to put a car seat in a car for the first time, don't let that be the day that you're actually going to an appointment. Like, practice. I just never thought that it would be difficult. And I was almost late to the appointment. So, yeah, don't know everything. Here's a good one. The first time my daughter hit me. Whew. Okay. The first time she hit me, I got so angry and I got so hurt because I took it personally, and I didn't yet have the tools, the understanding, and enough parenting skills to really separate, like, this is a behavior and this isn't how she feels about me. She just doesn't know how to express it yet. I didn't have the coping skills to really handle her bad behavior yet, and I wasn't prepared. So even now, I'm still learning and figuring out what works and what doesn't. It's not a perfect science, but I didn't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. And I think it's really a disservice to us to feel like we should have the answers or that we should know everything, because then you get disappointed in yourself and it makes you feel bad or makes you feel worse or guilty as a mom for maybe not handling situations in the best way. But we're human. So I really feel like we should give ourselves the grace in that aspect. But the point is that there's going to be a lot of lessons, a lot of learning for you and your child, because you're both growing at the same time. Like, yes, your child is developing and learning. They're going from an infant to a toddler to a kid to a teenager, so on and so forth, right? But you are also growing as you're learning, especially if this is your first child. Like, you don't have a reference point for this new way of life. You don't have a reference point of fully taking care of another human. Like, I had a dog before this, okay? And then before that, it was me. So it's different. And I feel like being open to learning and to growing with them as you experience this new phase will really help. And it's important to give yourself time, because we often want to rush to be better or do better or feel better or whatever the next better thing is. But it takes time to actually learn and grow through the situations and the challenges that we're facing as stay-at-home moms, or just moms in general, okay? Like, most of these tips apply to moms in general. There's a lot of books out there, a lot of podcasts, a lot of experts out there telling you what to do, what not to do, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, all of these things. And you can take their advice. You can take my advice, or you can leave it, okay? There's no pressure. But you won't know what works for you and your child until you actually get out there and try some things, until you're actually willing to fail, to learn, to grow, and not feel like you have to have all the answers up front, because some things you're just not going to be prepared for. I was not prepared for how to train my child. I was knowing, like, I knew that it was coming up. She was about that age. She's 2 now. She just turned 2 a few months ago. But I wasn't prepared for the day that I came into her crib after nap time and there was poop everywhere. Like, she took off her diaper. I didn't know she could do that. She had never did it before. I wasn't prepared to, I wasn't prepared for her to drop her towel one day after she took a bath and just pee on the floor. Okay, it's time now. Like, fuck the books that I was reading because I didn't finish far enough. You just got to get into it. Okay, now we're in it. Now we're in a lesson. Now we're learning. So cool. Let's just figure it out. Like, I don't have all the answers. I don't know what the popular go-to methods are. It's trial and error, and that's the stage that we're in. To sum everything up, nobody has all the answers up front, okay? But the great moms, I mean the really great ones in my opinion, are willing to start with what they don't know. Because what they don't know, they can learn, they can experiment, they can try new things, they can really grow, instead of coming from the position of I know everything, and therefore I'm not willing to try anything new, or I'm not willing to change. And if you can't change, you can't evolve, you can't grow. And you're really limiting your child to whatever you think is right, without actually getting in there and trying the things that may actually work out better for you and them. So remember that everything that we're doing, everything we're teaching, everything we're sharing with them, everything we demonstrate is going to reflect in that child in some way, shape, or form, good or bad. And so why not really be willing to question and do the things that might feel uncomfortable, and really learn and do your research, and just be willing to go dig deep and try the things that might not seem right, or might seem different, so that you can create the best outcome possible for you and your family. So the fifth thing that I want to share is that support goes both ways, and I mean between you and your partner. Okay, this was so important for me to understand. Like, talk about a mindset shift, talk about a life shift, because this had to get me all the way together. So this really goes back to the mental shifts of knowing who you are and standing in your identity as a woman, not just a mom, and understanding that support is happening both ways in your relationship. Okay, you guys are both giving and taking. Just because you are not working right now does not mean that you're not adding value to your family or to your life or to your relationship. Okay, please do not fall into this trap. And if you are, hear me when I say this. You offer support. You offer support by raising the kids, by tending to the home, by doing the grocery runs, by cooking the dinner, by doing the laundry, by ironing the clothes, by making sure the homework is done, by meal prepping for the house. Like, all the things that you do, your support for the family, right? Okay, now your partner, support. Goes to work every day, financially supports the house, brings in the income, makes sure the bills are covered. Support. This is so simple. And you have to understand that the two of you are working together in balance, okay? Because each of you plays an important role in your household. You're playing an important role in your household. And because you are doing all that you do at home, because mama, you're supporting the family life, you're supporting the growth and development and nurturing of your family as a whole, as a unit, that allows your partner to then go out and make the money. Because now they don't have to worry about, oh, well, what am I going to eat for lunch today? Or, oh, what am I going to wear to work? There's nothing clean. Like, they don't have to worry about those types of things because you handle it. You've got their back. And they've got your back because you don't have to worry about, are the bills getting paid? Do we have enough money to buy food? Or do we pay the rent today? Like, you don't have to worry about that because your partner's out there doing a thing, making the money and going to work, right? So you guys are working together. There is not one person who is over top the other. You guys are standing in equal balance. And I'll say all that to say that doesn't mean that you can't go out and work too. That doesn't mean that your partner can't come home and do some chores. It doesn't mean you can't come home and take care of the kids. But you guys are both giving and taking, and it's really, really important to understand that, because you don't want to get caught up believing that you don't offer any value because you're not out there contributing financially as a specific reason or in this specific way to contribute. Like, No, you are contributing by showing up as you are, and you are there for supporting your family. And so support does go both ways. So if this video resonated with you, don't forget to share it with another mama who needs this message. And if you haven't already, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any of my future content about navigating motherhood with purpose. And until next time, I'm sending you so much love and support, mama, because you deserve it. I'll see you in the next one.